Hello everyone, welcome to Book Review Monday and my channel. Happy to have you here. I am beyond happy that I have received an ARC of Tempting the Cowboy by Kennedy Fox. I am so happy that I got this. Oh my gosh, I was so ecstatic. I immediately got out of the book that I was reading, which was one that I've owned but haven't read yet, and I literally just started reading this one right away, and I finished it today, so I'm so happy about that. So that being said, this is a full and detailed review, so spoiler alert is now, and let's just go ahead and read the blurb and then recap, review, and then rate the book overall. Kane Bishop's content with living and working on the ranch, but something is missing. A family of his own. After his twin brother married the woman and he once loved, Kane has moved on and is now focusing on new things. When his best friend's little sister re-enters his life, the attraction is undeniable, but the timing is all wrong. He should keep his distance and not tempt fate, but he can't get her out of his head. Ivy's had a crush on Kane for as long as she can remember. Although she's an introverted bookworm who hasn't dated much, she's ready to go after him. He might be a 6'3" inked muscular god who's out of her league, but she wants him to be her first and only. She'll risk it all to get his attention, but it won't be easy since he's off limits. Given into temptation doesn't come without consequences. It'll either bring them together or tear them apart. It kind of reminds me of that one song from 50 Shades. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, it's called. I think it was called. I'll put the song title on the screen because I know I'm going to be looking this up as soon as I'm done with this review. So, anyway, that's the song that's kind of reminding me of this right now. Anyway, okay, so Ivy Calloway is Hadley's younger sister. Hadley is married to Kane's twin brother, Knox. Kane had a crush on Hadley for over 15 years. He thought he had loved her, but he realized he loved the idea of her. It was more of an infatuation rather than love. He's grown to know in the last 2.5 years that Knox is just a better match for Hadley. Now, Ivy has had a crush on Kane for a long time. Ivy is an exciting, bright, funny young woman. She is nervous around men. She's still young and innocent and wants to learn life. When Hadley has her son, Ivy is excited to become an aunt. Kane is excited to be an uncle. Kane also has a girlfriend named Raylan, who I believe he had met during Hadley's and Knox's wedding. And that does sting for Ivy. Ivy and Kane have a few encounters with each other. Kane and Raylan break up or take a break because she wanted to be in an open relationship with Kane. And Kane isn't a sharing type of person. I mean, he's kind of learned that lesson from the previous book. So, anybody reclaim the Cowboy yet? Yeah. Basically, that's changed. Ivy comes by to Kane's place one night. Her car broke down, and Kane offered her the couch and gave her a shirt to wear. Now, this girl has no shame, and she just basically starts to change right in front of him. So, and Kane does help her out with her car, and he was basically a perfect gentleman the entire night. And Kane does find Ivy attractive and beautiful. There are a few exciting things that happen for Ivy. I mean, she is offered a business partner promotion with Harper. She also got straight A's because she's a college student. She loves romance books and romance audiobooks, and she learns Kane is single. Ivy gets heavily drunk during the 4th of July party at the ranch. Kane brings her back to his house and she tries to kiss him, but he doesn't kiss her back because, well, she's drunk. But when she's sober, that's a different story. They end up having a couple of kissing encounters and more intimate encounters too. Keep in mind they are trying not to tell anyone they are together or have feelings for each other. Ivy is again Hadley's younger sister and Hadley is Kane's best friend. So, you know, at this point they aren't stopping, but there is this invisible force that just keeps pushing them back together. So when it becomes suspicious of Ivy and Kane having special people in their lives, everyone not knowing that it's them, everybody wants to know who these special people are. So Ivy gives the name of a special item she owns, which Kane knows exactly what that is and what she calls it. And it does make him laugh. It makes me laugh because Kane knows what she means and I know what she means too. Kane also goes to Hadley, who just had a baby, for feminine products to help relieve Ivy's cramp pain, basically. And Hadley immediately wants to know who the special person is that he's giving these to, because, you know, guys usually are pretty nervous around that kind of stuff, and the fact that he isn't is just, that to me is every woman's dream. But he still won't tell her who this person is. There are so many steamy moments in this book. It's like, I mean, explicit moments. I mean, wow. Ivy tells Hadley and Harper that Winston, special items number, special items name, and she are no longer together, which the girls are disappointed for Ivy, but then they want to hook her up with somebody else. So they set her up on a blind date, on a triple date with a guy named Brett. Ivy tells Kane she has to go, but to remember she is with Kane and no one else. This is where their relationship comes to their first test, which is trust, having trust in each other. Kane, Caitlin, who's his sister, and Peyton, who is his friend, go to the same place that Ivy is on this triple date with. And while at the bar, a woman flirts heavily with Kane and then flirts heavily with Peyton. But of course Kane shrugs her off and then goes to where Ivy is when he sees something that in his mind is inappropriate that Rhett was doing. And Rhett wasn't really doing anything. Rhett later tells Kane that he isn't interested in Ivy because he loves someone else, who happens to be that girl who heavily flirted with both Kane and Peyton at the bar. So Kane apologizes to Ivy and wants to take her for their first real date. They go on their date and they have a romantic time. I mean, romantic time. Ivy is truly touched by Kane. Then it all comes crashing down when ex-girlfriend Raylan comes barreling into the B&B, ready to get back into her relationship with Kane. Apparently they were on a break. Oh, friends is what I'm thinking when I read that. So Ivy is hurt and she leaves. Raylan and Kane talk about talk that night, and Kane tells her that they're not going to get back together, and Raylan, you know, accepts that. So Kane goes to the to Ivy's workplace, and because he realizes that she isn't answering her phone, not responding to any of his text messages he's sending her. And, you know, he does tell her that it's over between him and Raylan, and Ivy is the only one that he wants. Ivy tells him she needs time to think about all of this and to make sure that this isn't just her longtime crush dream come true kind of thing. She just wants to make sure that this is real. Kane does tell her this is real, but he does respect her wishes, and he does leave her with her thoughts. Hadley lets Ivy know that she knows that Kane and Ivy are in a relationship. She's already known it. She suspected it. Just certain things that were happening that she says, yeah, I think these two are together, but I'm kind of waiting for them to tell me. Of course, Ivy is Hadley and Ivy's mom know about it too, and I believe even Harper knows as well. So Ivy receives a beautiful journal from Kane that he made for her. Kane has this hidden talent that he can actually make journals out of real leather and everything. It's actually really, it's a pretty nice little hobby and everything. I think it's kind of cool. In this journal, he wrote out how much he loves Ivy and wants to be with only her. And because she's so touched by this, she runs to his house and they make up, which is very, very sweet. Everyone starts to find out about them, which Ivy was really nervous about because she's younger than Kane, like by 10 years or so. But that didn't matter to any of their family members. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter to them, why should it matter to their family, you know? By the end of reading this book, this star-crossed age gap love story got 5 stars from me. I mean, I loved how Ivy's innocent, but yet I loved how Ivy's innocent yet sassy and spicy. Like, she literally has this sassy, spicy side to her, and Kane's reaction to anything that she says is just it's so hilarious, and he's always just like, whoa, how do I reply to that? I think it's really cool, and his reactions are usually like either between really sweet or just hot. So I'm so happy that I had received an ARC of Tempting the Cowboy by Kennedy Fox. This is amazing that I got this. Thank you, ladies, and thank you to your team as well. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't read any Kennedy Fox books yet, the Circle B Ranch series, which is what this book is part of, that's a good place to start. That's a really good book series to start off with. I highly recommend that one. So anyways, thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Oh, and if you don't see any videos from my channel as frequently as you have been, just personal stuff just is going on, so just give me a heads up. Kane Bishop's, oh my god, sorry.